Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh alongside Ron Cook, and we're taking your phone calls tonight. And make sure to call Ireland Contracting if you need a roof. 1-800-NEW-ROOFS are the best in the business. They're #1 in Pittsburgh for a reason. They not only do roofs, they do gutters, they do sidings, they do windows, they do anything you need on the outside or inside of your house. So give them a call, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now, 412-575-2600 is the number. I'm glad Ben did clear this up today, Ron, about people in the concussion protocol, because I think sometimes people make the mistake and think that every time someone is in the concussion protocol, that means that they have a concussion. He clearly did not have a concussion.
Yeah, and I mean, he's very sensitive to this. I mean, he told a story last year about how he told his wife, he said, I want to play long enough for my kids to know that I played. And she said, yeah, but you don't want to play too long that you don't know your kids, with head injuries. And I thought that was a very interesting way of saying it. So he's very aware of it. He's talked about how it's not a shoulder or a knee, it's your brain. Yeah, he went through they put you in it to test you, your baseline, where you are as opposed to that then and now. And he clearly said he didn't have a concussion, so that's great news. It's not like this is another one on his mark. You know, you only can have so many. It sounds like this was just we got the wind knocked out of him more than anything else. It's great to hear that he's okay.
All right, so he's going to play on Saturday.
Hopefully
maybe
not
a series
too much.
Or two. Yeah, and I want to ask you, if you were the coach, how would you play these guys out in this game? I mean, obviously, Ben, maybe a series or two, and then where would you go
Ben,
from there?
I guess the last couple of years has played 2 series. If they go like a 10-play, 80-yard touchdown drive to start the game, I get him out. That's enough for me. If it's a 3 and out, okay, let him have another series. I don't play Pouncey. I don't play Antonio much either. I get those guys in and out. I know the line likes to be cohesive and get some playing time together. I get Pouncey out of there. To me, he's the most valuable lineman. Obviously, Antonio and Ben. I play him 1, maybe 2 series tops.
Who would be your second quarterback in?
I'd probably play Landry one more time, a little bit. And then the other 2 guys in the last game. Landry's the backup for me. I don't think there's any question about that.
So you'd be surprised if they tried to make a move, either trade him or cut him.
Landry, absolutely. Yeah. They're a Super Bowl contender, and I don't think they go into the season with 2 guys that have never taken a snap. Now, if Ben goes down long term, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Landry's not going to win you the Super Bowl. But if Ben misses a game or 2, which has been his history, he's, knock on wood, never missed like a huge chunk of a season. He might miss 2 or 3 games. I think Landry can keep you on track.
All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Brian out in McCandless. How you doing, Brian?
Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
Good, thanks for calling.
On the Pirates, you sit and watch them. The one thing I'm really has become evident is their corners, be it first and third base, 2 guys that have 8 home runs apiece. You can't win with that. You got to pick up a little power.
Yeah.
Those guys are hitting like shortstops.
No power and no defense from those guys either. I mean, that's what.
Those are power positions. You're right. Bell has been a very disappointing guy from that standpoint. He had 26 home runs last year.
Yeah.
8 this year. Now, in their winning streak, he was hot. He was hitting about 500. I think he only had 1 home run there. I'm with you. Those are power positions. Again, it goes back to how I think Gung really just destroyed this team with his selfish actions and thoughtless actions. He looked to me like he had capability of 25 or 30 home runs. How nice would he look at third base? And I don't think he'll ever be back.
Yeah, he was better defensively too. I don't think
he was really good defensively.
Yeah, I don't think the Pirates are going to pick up his option. What is it, $5.5 million or something?
I can't imagine them bringing him back.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, though, I don't know. Bell might be the biggest disappointment for me on this team this year, because you expect 25
only from a power
home runs.
standpoint, yeah, absolutely. He's been a disappointment. Tyone was, I thought, for a large chunk of the season, but I think he's really picked up his game a little bit. And then, obviously, the Marte stuff the last couple days, very, very disappointing.
All right, back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Spike out in Johnstown. How you doing, Spike?
Hey, Rich and Ron, looking at this Marte thing and the way Nutting structures his payroll, do you think the fact that they don't have much leadership in the clubhouse, you look at A.J. Burnett, Russell Martin, and McCutcheon are all gone, and I don't know what the future is for either Mercer or Harrison, and quite frankly, I think Ivan Nova is a good candidate to get picked up here before September 1st by one of these contending teams.
You know what?
I think
hate
they
to
could
cut you
make
off.
some moves before. Oh yeah, I think David Freese would be very attractive to a contending team. I think Harrison in a utility role would be attractive. Now, I don't know what these guys are going to bring back. If they decide these young guys are going to be the real deal next year, I could see them moving Nova for the right price. It might be more in the off season than by the end of the month, but I could see a team really making a pitch for Freese. I think he's a valuable utility guy.
Yeah, I agree with
and
you.
He's having an outstanding
on Freese. My question with Nova is, what contending team needs probably a 4th or 5th starter?
Just about every contending team.
But you're only going to use 3 starters in the postseason,
well, yeah, but you got to get there first. Well, I guess the American leagues all decided except for the West, but you still the Yankees. I mean, Atlanta, Philly. They're all battling for spots here. The Dodgers, Colorado, Arizona. Everybody can use another pitcher.
Yeah, it seems like Washington already gave up today.
Yeah, they did.
So
traded Matt Adams and traded Daniel Murphy, right?
Yep. So. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to get out to, we got Lou out in Fox Chapel. How you doing, Lou?
Hi, guys. I wanted to call about the Steelers' defensive scheme. It seems to me last year, and the way they dropped their linebackers back, they're almost playing a prevent defense a lot of the time. They're not putting enough pressure. These quarterbacks, even second-rate guys, pick them apart. Wondered what you guys
I think they led the league in sacks last year, sir. Somebody's getting to the quarterback. Bud Dupree had a very disappointing year. They need to get more out of him. You like to think Watt is going to grow from year 1 to year 2. I mean, yeah, you want to see more pressure from the outside linebackers. This hybrid defense, I can't wait to see it for real with all these safeties. What are they going to do with Edmonds? What are they going to do with Burnett? What are they going to do with Sean Davis? You got Cam Sutton back there. You got all kind of guys in that secondary. How is it going to work in Cleveland on September 9th? I'm really eager to see it.
Yeah, I think I looked up that they played 5 corners about 70% of the time last year.
It's a passing game.
So yeah.
I mean, the base defense. I mean, Daniels McCullers might beat out Hargrave, but he only is going to play one down a series probably. If he gets out on that, they're going to play 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive backs, sometimes 7 defensive backs.
I'm anxious to see that duller defense that people were talking about with the 7 defensive backs.
Me too.
We haven't seen it yet this preseason, at camp a little bit, but not in any preseason games, and I doubt we will see it in the preseason. That'll be something that they'll show in the regular season. All right, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls. Some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.